Just as I was about to be intimate with my husband, he suddenly had a heart attack and collapsed on top of me. I tried to support my husband with my feet, but he fell heavily to the floor beside the bed. At that moment, both my hands were handcuffed to the headboard. No matter how hard I struggled, I couldn't break free. I screamed desperately for help, but there was no one around. I had no choice but to call out to my husband again, but he remained motionless in the pool of blood. As darkness gradually fell, I heard sounds coming from outside the window. A dark figure slowly approached the doorway. I quickly cried for help, only to discover it was a wild dog that had broken in. Following the scent of blood, the dog gradually moved closer to my husband's body. I tried to make noise, hoping to scare the dog away with sound, but the dog began licking the blood on the floor. When I saw it grab my husband's arm and start tearing at it viciously, I frantically reached for books on the wooden shelf and threw them at the dog. Seeing the flesh in the dog's mouth, I broke down crying. Then the next second, my husband miraculously stood up. I was overjoyed and immediately begged him to unlock my handcuffs, but he ignored me, just muttering to himself. That's when I realized in horror that my husband was still lying on the floor. Looking at the two husbands before me, I was completely confused.
Well, I'm pretty sure you just lost your mind. But seeing a dog eating your husband will do that. I mean, if you're gonna have a mental breakdown, that's a pretty great excuse.
Following my husband's reminder, I calmed my thoughts and then used all my strength to try to break free from the handcuffs. I endured excruciating pain and finally managed to pull one hand out of the cuff. Next, I forcefully broke the bedpost and finally regained my freedom. But when I leisurely walked to the doorway, I discovered I was still handcuffed to the headboard.
Oh, baby, you're really loosening now.
By nightfall, the emotional breakdown combined with physical exhaustion made me fall into a deep sleep. But then the wild dog was startled awake and ran outside. I also woke up at that moment, only to see a figure slowly approaching.
I need help.
I thought I was having another hallucination. I closed my eyes, trying to dispel the illusion, but my husband beside me reminded me that the figure might be the Grim Reaper. When I opened my eyes again, the person had disappeared. At that moment, I suddenly thought of an escape plan, using blood as lubricant to have another chance at slipping out of the handcuffs. I looked up at the glass cup above my head.
Go too deep. You'll bleed to death.